Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the EARTO webinar series. And today we have the pleasure to introduce you Eurecat's ARACNE Textile Solution success story, a new production method for circular knitting machine. And we have the honor and pleasure to introduce you to Enric Martí, who is the CEO of ARACNE Textile Solutions. And now we'll give the floor to Enric to introduce ARACNE to us, to the EARTO community. And thank you so much for accepting our invitation. So, Enric, the floor is yours.
Okay, thank you to you. Thank you, everyone. My name is Enric, and I am here on behalf of ARACNE Textile Solution, a company born for a collaboration between Eurecat and Knitting Advanced Technology, two different companies. But today I would like to share how a small industrial challenge grew into an innovation story. This story connects the textiles, the data, and the sustainability. Then, please, if you can to help me with the next slide. Okay, this is a little the story. Okay, our story began in 2019 with a challenge, like a text challenge. It was a public and private collaboration. Okay, to make a textile manufacturing smarter and more sustainable. Okay, this is the second. Then also in the story, we will talk about that during 2023, we had office prototype, okay? After 4 years, we present in one exhibition, one reference exhibition in Milano, in the ITMA. I don't know if you know the ITMA, but the ITMA is like all Olympic Games for the textile machinery, okay? And in the same year, after the exhibition, was in the moment that we found ARACNE Textile Solutions, like a company. Finally, I will make a reference to what happened during the 2024, when we present five patents, 5 different technology patents, and finally the last slides will be around this year, 2025, when we have at the moment in the market working with 2 solutions. Okay. Then, if you want to show the next slide, please. Okay. Then all the companies or projects start with a problem. Okay. And you know that in the textile, that is a very important industry, but also is one of the more pollution industry in the world. Okay, and then this is important to know because usually the consumption of water is very high, and also the emissions of CO2. But currently, all the industries in the textile are working in these situations, and really we have solutions. Each day we are using and save the water, okay? And it's the same with the CO2 emissions, okay? We are good guys, we are reducing, we are according with the European rules, and of course with the sustainability, that is the most important. Also, the designers that are working in the companies are thinking more in the quality of the garments, and the designers are in a new season, are not working for the fast fashion and to change each day and to introduce new garments. Okay, then also we have the support of the designers in order to get the targets. Also, we are recycling the garments in the second life, or sometimes we are making yarn from the old garments. Then everything, every people that is working in this industry, and also the people that is buying all the fabrics are in the same line. But we have a really a problem. That is that during the new productions, we are with a big quantity of scrap. Then maybe it is around the 20 and the 30. We fix here in 25% of the scrap is generated during the fabric manufacturing. Okay, this next slide, please. Okay, then I would like to make the reference to this 25% of scrap generated. Okay, because it's one overproduction. And when you are making overproduction, then this means that we are generating more pollution and also more cost. And this is not sustainable. This is really a problem. Okay, we can to solve the problems that we know, but this is a problem that is happening today. Then, according with this problem, if we are going to the next slide, please. Okay, then we have one problem. Then we must look for the solution. And then here is when it start the beginning of the ARACNE. And the begin was with Precatex, one challenge from 2019 until 2023. Okay, and this was a collaboration between one company, Arotex, it's a company that is located in Barcelona, that is making each year 25 millions of garments, okay, a big quantity, and one company that was working in the textile machinery, that was Canmartex, that they have the communication that they must to solve this problem. But you know that one company like Halotex is thinking, and they know that they have a very good know-how making garments. And Canmartex also good know-how working in machines, circular knitting machines. But they doesn't know about the photonic, they doesn't know about the EOT, they doesn't know about the algorithms, i.e. then what happened? Then they need the know-how about these new technologies. And in this situation appear Eurecat, the big technological center of Catalonia, okay? And this company has the know-how. Then was a very nice cocktail, okay, in order to look for the solution. Then Precatex began in 2019 to improve the efficiency and quality in these textile processes. Okay, please, if you want to help me with the next slide. Okay, then after 4 years, okay, after 4 years, this company arrived to one prototype. Okay, from one idea, one proof of concept. They show the solution in this exhibition in the IPMA. And the exhibition was successful. They generate a lot of interest for the rest of the companies and of course from the final customers. And was when after different synergies, they take the decision to create ARACNE. You can to help me with the next slide, please. Okay, and this is in during July. Okay, 1 month after the exhibition that was created ARACNE. Next slide, please. Okay, and then White, a company like Knitting Advanced Technologies, that was the owner of the maker of circular knitting machines, Canmartex, take like a partner to Eurecat. Okay, this is one of the most important decision. And I told you before, you have the know-how in your own business that Ethic Advanced Technologies, Kenmar Textile are small companies, okay, having not the capacity, okay, to take the know-how immediately. And of course, it's easy to go and to look for the best person in charge of photonic and the best engineers to make the algorithms, but this is not, it's not cheap, this is expensive. And also this means that is one investment in a long term. And the easy way when you have your neighbor is Eurecat, that you can to knock to the door and to ask for help, for support. And then this was the main reason that Meeting Advanced Technology be in touch with Eurecat, and then according with the situation to win-win, because the know-how is very close, and also for Eurecat to have one very important proof of concept, but they doesn't know about the industrial process. This was also one interesting experience. Then in this collaboration was a benefit for everyone, for the technological center, and also, of course, for the new company that is ARACNE. This situation, I can to say, thank you, Eurecat, thank you, Meeting Advanced Technology, thanks to you, ARACNE is not one idea. Now ARACNE is in the market. Okay. Next slide, please. Okay. Well, I told you about ARACNE, about the father and the mother, okay, Eurecat and Meeting Advanced Technology, but also now I must to tell you about what is doing ARACNE. Well, the ARACNE is working with predictive solutions, okay, today with two solutions that are in the market. The first one is the needle maintenance tool, NMT, okay, and this solution is that before the production, we can to check all the elements, okay, one by one. And then after check the elements, we can to know if the elements are in position, okay, to work successful, or they can to work with defects, okay. In one circular knitting machine, is the main component are the needles. Later, we will show a video, and then you will understand a little better. But it's like a checking if the elements are in the right position or not. And the second solution that we have in the market is the fabric machine, FBM. Okay, and this is one light, okay, that is looking the fabric that is in the production continuously and in real time. Then, if this light that is checking the fabric is detecting defects, at the moment, the few centimeters that are checking the defects, they stop the machine. Okay, and said, take care, check, because then maybe that you can to go to make one massive scrap. Okay, and then we stop this possibility. What I mean that over the production of the 25%, we can to reduce this scrap, and then under this scrap, we are reducing and we are saving natural resource, energetic resource, and of course, time and reputation of the brand, and of course, money. Okay, this is the solutions that are working currently. Next slide, please. Okay, then this is a small movie, okay, that you can to see here how is working one circular knitting machine, and you will see one blue circle, okay, that is the circle where the light is checking what is happening in the fabric. If you can to move the video, please. Okay, you can to see the blue circle, and then all that is happening in the fabric, you can to see in the screen. This screen you can to check what is happening during the production, and you can to see what type of defect is happening in order that the technicians can to go to the machine to check and to solve the situation. Okay, thank you. And the next slide, you will see this movie, you will see the NMT solution, the needle maintenance tool. And in this solution, you will see that the small mountains are needles, okay? And then these needles that you must, that today, I mean that in the 21st century, okay, people today are making this job one by one. It's taking one needle and is checking if it's okay from the front, from the side, moving. And this situation is not happening in Bangladesh. This situation is not happening in Honduras. This situation is happening in Spain, in Italy, in Germany. This industry, we are making this job one by one and for one person, okay? Then I feel that now is arriving to the textile new technologies. Please check the video. And here you can to see the needles, okay? And you can to check the three different positions, and you can to make three groups. The green, that means that needle is okay. Yellow, that is so-so, is in working condition, but is not right. And when it's in a red position, that means that you need to change the needles. And this is possible thanks to the photonic technology. And of course, when you are using the algorithm to check through the deep learning. Okay. Next slide, please. And of course, what is the benefits for the textile industries? This means that with thanks to the ARACNE solutions, you can to reduce until the 80% of the scrap. Your efficiency will be higher, and this means that also the factory that is using the solutions are progressing until the targets of the 2030, that you know that is very exigent with the textile industry, and of course is money. It's money, so is of course we are more sustainable, but also is with a very important economic impact. Next slide, please. Okay, then when we are talking about that is with profit and is good, everybody is asking, okay, but is with market, with not market? Then if you are making, you come to know that each year the textile machinery, the circular knitting machines are growing around 30,000 units. 30,000 new units per year are coming to the industries, to the factories. But also you come to know that the machines that currently are working, if we are taking in consideration the last 30 years, okay, these machines can to arrive to the 50 years, but okay, 30 years is okay. Then we can calculate the TAM, the SAM, and the SOM, okay? then you can to see that the target of the market for ARACNE is around 2,400 million euros. But if we are only taking the last 10 years machine and the 20% of growing in 10 years, our market target can to arrive to 240 billions of euros. And this is really is a very exciting quantity that we wish to arrive as soon as possible. Next slide, please. Okay, then patents, technology patents, very important for one startup, for one spin-off. But also here I can to say you that thanks to Eurecat, we can to get these patents because the process to get the patents is not easy. It's a difficult way to arrive to get the patents. Okay, and in this moment we have 5 patents that we have in Europe and also in different areas in order to protect. Because you know that to invest and to arrive to the new developments is important, but we need some protection. If not, it's difficult to stay for a long time in the market. Next slide, please. But we are not stopping. We are working in new projects, also with our partner, Eurecat. Then today we are working also, go ahead, we are working also in this new solution. Maybe that to you this is a surprise. Okay, it's a surprise because you want to think, but this process, these procediments are still manuals. I told you before about the case of the needle that people must to look and to check. Look needle, take and check one by one if it's in right position, if it's in good quality, etc. And now about the garments, you can to see that also with a final garments are arriving to the shop. Sometimes this happen. Okay, I taking my sweater, but I need one L size. But sometimes I am taking one medium and it's okay. Or sometimes I need one extra large. because it's shorter, no? Then how is possible? Then this is happening not only for the designers, no? It's happening because the controls are manuals, and sometimes the production are not the best. Then it's necessary, okay, that the textile industry must to go to the new technologies because people are thinking in the textile industry only in production and cost and quality. Okay, and this was the problem of this industry. Unfortunately, Europe lose the textile. Now is few factories in each country that are making. Of course, probably we have in Europe the best designers. Okay, and we have a lot of brands with very high quality in all the countries. Okay, but the production, unfortunately, is outside. Maybe that now is important for the European Union to recover all the know-how and make the production again here, but not like 100 years or like are making in other areas. We need the support to apply the new technologies, okay, and all the advantage to the industry. And this is the target. If you can to help me with the last slide. Okay, here is when I feel that today maybe that the textile industry is analogic still. Okay, we need to digitalize the, the textile industry. We need to apply all the advantage of the industry 4.0. Okay, to use the Internet of Things, the artificial intelligence, the big data. This is the way that is trying to do ARACNE. But why? Because we need to arrive to the industry 5.0. We are not in the 5.0. In a short future, we can to arrive to the 5.0. But the 5.0 is looking for the efficiency, the humans with the machines to make the world more sustainable. And the future of the sustainable textile is needed with data, but also with people. Okay, and I feel that now with our mascot taxi, we finish the presentation, and I will appreciate your attention. And if you have some question, please be free to ask me. Thank you.
Great, great. Thank you so much for this detailed presentation, Enrique. That was very enlightful. And now we have less than 30 minutes to start exploring in details this project. And before also we have Angel from Eurecat joining. Before shooting both of you, I have some questions only to you. Maybe can you also explain how did the collaboration between ARACNE and Eurecat took place and evolved throughout the different spin-off stages? And also, which types of models at the end of the day you decided to go forward between ARACNE and Eurecat?
See, thank you for the question. I feel that is very interesting question. Here, when we are talking about the technological centers, in this case is Eurecat. I have some experience with some another European center, and I feel that is necessary this type of collaboration. But uh, you must think that the technological centers are the proof of concept. Okay, the idea. Okay, they can develop a very good idea, and maybe that with these ideas we want to arrive to different solutions. But during the process of the months and of the years to arrive to the final solution, we detect that that we need to make a team that in the beginning the main partner is the technological center, but later the main partner is the final company. In this case, ARACNE. Why? Because the industrialization is the most important. In this case, or another type of industries, when we are talking about the go one factory, you can to think that in the textile, okay, if you are going to one textile factory of cotton, okay, then means that it's not clean, okay, it's not one laboratory, is is very dirty, is with oil in the floor, is the technicians are running, they are moving yarns, and then the conditions of the proof concept are not ready to be installed in the final factory. Then for this reason, the industrialization is very important. And then the know-how is not in the technological center and is in the small company like ARACNE in this case. Okay, then you must divide the two scenarios difference.
Mm-hmm. Great, great. Thanks for your reply. Maybe something else related also to Arachne. What do you think? What is the current need or difficulty for the spin-off, for your spin-off to continue growing? Maybe that is not that is the available support mechanisms that maybe doesn't cover. What is your view on the current needs and difficulties for your spin-off?
Uh, this is the most important question at the moment. I appreciate because um, what is happening today? We are in Europe and the world. The industrial situation is not easy. Okay, this means that is we are in a hard situation and we need to to go faster. Okay, why? Maybe that we have one idea, one solution, we can to arrive to the market, but the price in Europe is a price. Okay, then if we are going step by step to have the rest of the solutions, okay, we are trying to arrive, Ragnar is trying to arrive to 7 solutions. At the moment, we get only 2, okay? But if we are not faster, what is happening? That all competitors, that is not, I am not talking about the European competitors, if we are talking about the Far East competitors, they will be cheaper always, okay? Always. Then what we need is support to be faster. And this type of support sometimes is economical support. And if we can to get the financial power to be faster, to take more engineers in the company and to arrive faster to the market, then for us it's easy to be successful. What I mean that we will have today 2 solutions, tomorrow four solutions, 5 solutions, and we are in the position of never stop. And the most important is that this fast situation also we have time to make upgrades and to introduce new solutions. But for one small company that need economical resource, if we haven't not the support, we cannot to arrive at the just time.
Mm-hmm. Very interesting. You talked a lot with your previous reply about speed. Maybe what are the other lessons learned that you would maybe want to share with us for the future other companies, for the future entrepreneurs who want to launch some impactful spin-offs or maybe liaise with RTOs in valorizing the know-how? What are your little secrets that you want to share with us on the lessons
Well,
learned?
I am talking about the speed, but in the vegan, we need 4 years to arrive from the idea to the prototype. Okay, then we maybe in all the technologies, in all the ideas that are arriving to the to the market. This is not a very short time. It's a long time to arrive to the final solution. But when you have the final solution and you are in the market, here you need the speed. And to go alone is impossible for one small company. If you are going to one big company, of course, then you have engineers, you have the talent of the people, and you have any type of support. Everybody will say, "Oh, this big company, all the politicians want to go to make the photo with you." Of course, it's fantastic. Is that the best situation? But when you are a small company, you need the support not only in the beginning, in the situation to grow. Growth is very important, and you need also the support during this situation. And the rest important, of course. But you alone never arrive to the corner. You need to. This is not one very fast track. This is long track. Let's go start. But today life is faster than 40 years ago. For the reason I am talking about to be fast.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. You touched upon a very important matter, which is the time frame for a commercial solution. So maybe if I could continue your reflection on which have been the main challenges for you in turning the research prototype into a commercial solution for your industry, for the textile industry, in such a short time, in just 2, 3 years.
The, 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 the main challenge that I have today is that the textile industry is very traditional. Okay, when I said that it's very traditional, and I will tell you that in the first industrial revolution, the textile was the main industry. Okay, but unfortunately, today that the current uh, revolution, industrial revolution, is the 4.0. The textile is in the last positions. Okay, because everybody was thinking in production, high production, and cost, low cost. Then, when you are going to the textile factories and talking about the solutions, in some areas, people are honest and accept the matter of the overproduction. And then they are open to look for the improve and to invest in our solutions. But sometimes it's happening that the mentality is not ready at the moment and say, no, no, textile, I never make overproduction. Then when people don't accept the real situation, is a problem. And this is happening in the textile industry. And I feel that now with the new generation that are taking the main positions in the companies, um, maybe that a lot of companies are still family companies, but when the sons are taking the position of the fathers, then with the new mentalities, then people know the real situation and know that the AI is not a problem, it's the solution. Okay, then it's easy. But we need to talk, to talk, to talk. And this is the main challenge that we have at the moment, that the textile industry is maybe that is still not ready to accept the real situation of the world. And each day is much better, but now the sustainability is the first target. And to arrive the sustainability is necessary solutions like the ARACNE. Okay.
Okay, perfect. Thank you for your reply. And let's welcome Angel Garcia as well with us, who is the Valorization Director at Eurecat. Thank you for joining, Angel.
Thank you. Thank you
Uh,
very much.
since you just entered, let me grab you. And because now we are in the Q&A with Enrique, but let's also dive into the role of Eurecat to help spin-offs, to help Arachne. So please just elaborate more on what you are doing on the industrial network, on patenting, on managing the IPR rights. What is your role as an RTO, one of the big ones in Spain? Please, the floor is
Okay.
yours.
Okay. Thank you very much. I mean, I'm not, I didn't prepare a presentation, but just I'm going to tell you briefly what we do. Within the RTO, of course, you know, RTOs generate technologies. So someone has to put this technology in the market. And this is our mission in valorization department. We have 12 people doing this in the RTO, and we receive all 650 people related absolutely to technology, PhDs, engineers, all of these people creating technology refers to us from the very beginning, and then we analyze this. We do the scouting, we do the strategy for the IPR protection, and then we do our best to find the right partners in the market to transfer this. With more or less success, we have around 10 spin-offs, and we do as much as possible licensing technologies. And then when we have to create the spin-offs, we help them. We help them from the very beginning with the strategy of IPR. In the case of ARACNE, this was the IPR was more or less shared 50-50 because the IPR was generated through several projects. And in these projects, sometimes the company is just asking for services, so there is a contract, so the IP belongs to the company, but sometimes we apply together for public funds or other kind of funds, and in these projects we are partners. So as partners, we co-own the technology of the results, and if they are protected, the IPR is in a co-owning framework. So this was the case, and we found KTI as a really good partner because they had some patents, we had some patents. We made an agreement sharing these patents, and then we thought that there was business, and in this case, they were really well positioned in the market because they've been doing this, maintaining and selling and knowing about this technology since many years ago. So I have to say that in this case, even arrive to the market was even quicker than creating a spin-off from the scratch with financial partners, for example. To find an industrial partner is always quicker because the industrial partner already has a position in the market, and this is crucial. And this is what's happening in this case, that in less than 5 years, there is a return from the products that ARACNE is selling in the market. Is a really good experience. I think we are happy, both partners. We share, really we co-own the company, and we help in all the process of setting the shareholders agreement, the tech transfer agreement, to keep always surveilling what's the best way to keep the protection of the IPR and the new patents that are going to be generated. And finally, as Enrique mentioned before, I mean, we produced other technologies related to textile market, textile world, and we are licensing, so doing extra licenses to these companies. So the channel is created, the company exists, And so we enlarge their portfolio, and this just has to bring more customers and more revenues and return to the company.
Great. Thanks, Angel. Very clear. Does anyone have a question? Maybe we can place it on the chat or raise your hands and turn on the microphone in the camera. If not, I have a last question. Sorry, Angel, but I squeezed Enrique. We discussed about Eurecat's collaboration with ARACNE, about the difficulties, about the IP, about everything. And maybe a last question for both of you. What would you think, in your opinion, what can be improved or what is needed in how public funds can support as well the schemes from the journey, from the full journey from the lab to innovation and to industrial adoption?
Enrique, you want me to answer? Sorry.
Yes, for both of you.
Okay. So, well, I think now the company is looking for money for a capital round because needs to grow. Okay, and I mean, despite their sales, we want to run faster, and we have new products to be integrated in the company. But for that, we need to invest money. So we need to get money from somewhere, and there are not many public funds to support this stage in which you are already in the market, but we need to but you need to gain a critical mass. Okay, the customers are there, but the technology is new, and in this case, in this sector, textile sector, I mean, yeah, some centuries ago there was the textile revolution, and now we are kind of in a second revolution because of industry 5.0 or AI or whatever, from the 4 to 5. But to do this in a sector that is a bit conservative, we need money. We need money to make the proper scale up of this company. And there are not that many. Of course, we can go for and look for private investors, but not only to go for the private investors. It would be good that some grants would be given to companies that would like to acquire these kind of products. It's a kind of a public private collaboration, and there are not that many funds or financial instruments and support to empower this, to help this. I mean, SMEs. SMEs that want to acquire, SMEs in textile sector, that want, or fabrics textile, I mean, that want to acquire this technology. Sometimes they are reluctant because it's a kind of investment. But if they could find some financial instruments to make this investment easier for them, this would be fantastic. And this could be in the end returned to the public, okay, to the public institutions, if it's properly controlled. But it's just that little stage, I would say, just after the death valley of the companies. I mean, we should focus much more effort on that to reinforce and to fulfill what it has been commented and explained by very important persons in Europe regarding the reindustrialization.
Thanks, Angel. Enrique, you want to add and contribute to the reply?
Yes, I feel that we are in the same line that I mentioned before. We need to be faster. Again, now for the new companies, for the startup, it's very important. Our competitors are pushing us, and sometimes our competitors are not the small companies like ARACNE in this case, are big companies with economical support and government support also sometimes. Then for the small companies that really are very important for the countries and for the European community, they need this support. Then maybe that sometimes it's necessary to think more in the small and medium companies than not in the grown companies, because the commercial net and the industrial net is great with the small and medium companies, not only with the big companies. Then please give us your support to us. Thank you.
Good. Thanks for this holistic reply. And since we don't have any other questions on the chat, and maybe we can do a wrap up. You want to have some concluding remarks before we finish our webinar?
Well, just regarding the creation of new companies, new spin-offs and startups, it's crucial to find the right partner. This can seem obvious, but it is not. We would rather prefer, and we are not saying that the other kind of partners are absolutely welcome, because we have many startups created. So financial partners are always welcome and needed. But if we are in the industry sector, I mean, to find an industrial partner will make the things probably a bit easier in terms of arriving quicker and faster to the market. And just because of the experience being in the market that these industrial partners already have after many years working in there. This could be the main conclusion, plus the IPR. The IPR is very important because, well, to avoid, and it's not only regarding patents, but as well digital records or whatever that helps you to protect the IPR is very important, because it's a tangible element that allows you to negotiate with the right partners when you find them.
Clear. Thanks. Thank you, Angel. Enrique, you want to have this final word?
I would like only to appreciate your this opportunity to explain about ARACNE. I'm satisfied with all my story about doing these years, and really actions like this webinar is a good opportunity to show what is one small company, one is one startup, and the collaborations that we have with the technological centers, in this case, Eurecat, and the future is in this way. Nothing more from my side. Thank you very much.
Perfect. That was the best conclusion that we can have for our webinar. Thank you, both of you, for taking part of today's series and today's success story on ARACNE and Eurecat. We will send out to all our attendees the YouTube link, because the webinar was recording. And we hope to see you again very soon. Thank you so much for everyone. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much. Have a nice day.
Bye-bye.